Right, so here we are at Sutton Circuit in Leicestershire. I have to say, really nice track. The owner was there himself, real family vibe. So it was a friend Tristan's birthday, and he was there with a load of his workmates, mainly workmates, but his couple of his brothers as well. All real nice dudes, and they've mainly come from Cambridge, actually. A lot of them have been karting a few times. But we did a quali, and then we did a first race, which was dictated by the qualifying order, and then we did this, which was the first reverse grid race. So Tristan's off, a little hand signal from Tris. We were fourth, Tristan, me third, James second, and then this ringer guy who was first, who was actually quite good as well. So T-Man's off and leaves the door wide open, so I dive down the inside and then get loads of oversteer, badly correct it, and James goes up the outside, get this completely wrong, drift way too far wide. And then if those two mistakes weren't enough, get another mistake here, way too much oversteer with cold tyres, and let them both back through. So James now in front, and we've got the guy who we didn't know, nice guy who was there. You'll see the times at the end. So this is the reverse grid. So as you can see here, I'm behind Baptiste, who was this guy I mentioned, and then in front of him was James. And I probably said it several times during this video, but James did have a severe power deficit to Baptiste and me. Baptiste was a light guy, probably about 50-60 kilos. James and I are both pushing 80, but we both had decent karts, and James really had a bit of a dog, to be honest, both in handling and in terms of his straight line, certainly, which you'll see later on as the video progresses, how many times I'm catching him easily. But as the tyres warm up, we're starting to get that corner right, and you can see here that Baptiste is all over James. James is the king of defensive driving, so even dragging his dog of a cart along, you can see here Baptiste is closing on him. He's had to lift, I'm then closing on both of them. And a lot of this video actually, particularly this, which is the reverse grid race I mentioned, and also the last one, as we go past some back markers. I think he outbrakes me here, or goes late on the brakes, gives Baptiste a little nudge, then drops it. Oops, not sure who that was. But yeah, you see the guys' times at the end. But there was quite a lot of traffic, slow-moving traffic. They all improved though. But yeah, there was a case of getting through traffic. In fact, pretty much every time I have a chance of getting a position on Baptiste, or certainly on James in the second race, there always seems to be a back marker. Just my luck, really. But you'll see here James has got a bit of a gap through the traffic that me and Baptiste are in the process of chasing him down. We'll race to the next section in super fast mode, just so we get back together again, so you can rejoin the action. So as you can see through my lack of ability, that Baptiste has caught him up as I lag behind, but James going into defensive mode of course slows down Baptiste and allows me to close up. This was the corner I kept messing up the most. I didn't realise till I've watched this video a few times in the edit that I was actually losing so much time on that corner because I was keeping my foot in it. I'm not bad through here, and not bad through here, and this is fairly easy, but the previous corner, I think it's T4, I was basically keeping my foot down, which you always think's faster, but in that case it's not, because I wasn't getting on the right line, I was getting the exit wrong. And again, this one, probably second apex as anyone should be clipping, and as you can see by the fact I'm turning left into a right-hander, that's never the fastest way. Down the straight again, and I will hopefully catch these guys at the end of this lap, as James has to go super defensive in a second, I think, which really slows them both down. Yes, so we rejoined, I finally caught up. And yeah, that's the corner I was telling you about. Wrong lines completely. Baptiste goes wide here. James is obviously on the defence, and he's going to be all over him here. Back marker again in the way, making you have to make a decision. But James is going to curve off the right as he always does, and there's no real way around the outside here. You've got to left off. I think I get this right, and Baptiste goes wide, and I actually get the run on him, and I'm past him. I'm on the inside, obviously. So all I've got to do is just brake for this corner, nice and easy, and hit the apex. Simple, right? Oh no. Missed my braking up. Blame the back marker, even though it's completely my fault, and resume the battle again. So that was my chance, actually, to get in front and actually have a bit of fun with the two of them and do a bit of defensive driving myself, but of course messed it up through complete lack of talent on the brakes. Lost a bit of time again. I mean, I was consistently doing sort of 41s, whereas these two are capable of 40s, I think, late 40s, which I think I can also do if I get that corner right. As you can see, battling ahead, James will squeeze him onto the grass there. Baptiste keeps his foot in on the grass, which is quality. And I don't think there's any way back for James because he just didn't have the horsepower. So we'll fast forward this little bit again till I've caught James up and we're back to battling. Baptiste just drives off on this race now. So it's just me and James, I think, to the end. As you can see here, carrying too much speed into there, going too deep, and it's pushing me wide. Look at the time I'm losing, it's crazy. But at least I know there's 2 or 3 tenths for next time. I have to say the marshals here was so chilled. There was 2 of them, and they're just like, oh, bit of grass there, never quick. Shows you the power differential that I've actually managed to almost hold James there, driving on the grass. But yeah, back on the marshals, so cool. Really relaxed, real friendly, old school vibe. And a really nice, challenging track, actually. And one of the things I love is that you can see them on the dash, you can't see the numbers, but you get a lap time every time. Sometimes it gives you a double lap, which is irritating. So you do like a 122 or something, but it just amalgamates to 2 laps. But I think this is the last lap because it's 15 minutes. Real good value though, it's 55 quid, and you get a 5-minute quali and then a 50-minute normal race, 15-minute reverse grid, and then a 15-minute normal again. Or I think you can do a 30-minute reverse, but really efficient, and you're in and out of there. We've been doing a lot of team sports, and you book 15 minutes times 2 and you're there for 2 hours, and here you book 55 minutes in the car and you're there for 1 hour 20. It's just proper. Closing speed ridiculous again. Gets the apexes right, not bad exit, a little bit wide. I'm not going to be able to get alongside him, and James will just go to the inside. James, the king of the brakes, getting back online. And again, that's another corner I'm losing a lot of time on because I'm just not as confident with that left foot braking. I started out doing a lot of indoor karting. There's so little braking in that, apart from using it to rotate the karts, whereas outdoor, which James has got a lot more of, he's got a lot more experience. If you wonder what the hand is, by the way, that's just what we do, just to recognise that you've seen the yellow flags. It's done, it's not full course yellow in this, it's only done for the area, so that's why we were able to re-overtake once you've gone through the yellow flag. But yeah, if you do put your hand up, it just means you recognise that there's a yellow flag and you're paying attention to it. So here I get stuck behind one of the guys. I think it's one of T-Man's brothers, actually. But obviously they're doing exactly what they should do. They're racing, and he's doing the right thing. Tries to go around the outside, no space. Tries to get the undercut, but completely overcooked it myself. And then James was gone. That's the end of it there. So I think I'm just going to cruise up towards the end of the reverse race, and ended up with Baptiste P1, me P2. Just being cautious here as well, because the last thing you want to do, which unfortunately I don't do for the whole session, as you'll see later, is just give these guys space. You don't want some guy in his full kit turning up and bumping into everyone like an idiot. So we're going to speed this last little bit up because it's the end of the race and James is too far gone. But yeah, this was the reverse grid, and it ended up Baptiste P1, James P2, and I'm P3, and T-Man P4. So moving into the final race, this is the best of them actually. So this was the last one. So the tyres were a little bit hot, but we got similar times. In fact, I managed to, my fastest lap was only 0.2 better than my qualifying lap, which pros and cons really. It shows you I learned the track pretty quickly, but also shows you I didn't improve. So James managed to get past Baptiste here with some aggressive driving, which he is the king of, in a complimentary way, of course. And little Baptiste has got some massive, I mean, look at the closing speed of both of us there. I've got on the inside here again, trying to hold the speed, dropped a little bit, and Baptiste tries to get the inside, and no chance, Jose. So a little bit of slip. I'm just hoping they're going to do something on the brakes, but James again, he's the king of being on the inside and still getting a quicker exit than the guy who's on the outside, which is obviously a masterful skill. Again, too much oversteer, should be further to the right. See where they're going, a narrow angle, and I go to the right. James goes defensive, Baptiste goes wide, clips the apex, great through there from Baptiste, and he's going to put him all sorts of pressure here. I'm really just clinging to the coattails here. The only reason I can keep up is the fact that my car's probably a second a lap quicker than James is, because he's about a second a lap quicker than me, which is great because it means we've had a battle today. But normally, if we didn't bin another kart, he'd obviously be 2 seconds a lap quicker than me, and I'd have been driving around on my own, which would have been fairly boring. But again, James on the inside, super defence. Again, look at the exit speed. He's actually created a gap whilst being on the inside. And as you can see, you'll see later in this 50-minute race, when James and I are battling, that he just continuously does that. And whatever I seem to do, however I earlier brake or later brake, I can't seem to do it. James defending fresh air a little bit there. I'm not sure he would have gone for the dive, but it's so hard in these cars because you can't see because there's no wing mirrors. So sometimes you know there's a guy like your Jaxie, and you've got to make a decision. So is he going to let him through on the inside here? Nope. Tight angle from Baptiste. He's held to the inside. Is James going to be able to squeeze him? I think he just gets in front. He's just giving him racing room. Oh, he's giving him racing room. Baptiste at the inside. I should have capitalised here again. Again, every time it comes to pressure, and that's just pure lack of experience under pressure. I should have been earlier on the brakes there, but I get an oversteer moment under pressure when it matters. And that's all she wrote, really. So a lot of the next few laps, as James looks over and sees me, I have to lift here because I've got so much of a speed advantage, is me and James battling. So I'm just going to let you enjoy it for a little bit because it really was great fun. Pretty much line astern. And I get up the inside. This is the one time James can actually land me the inside, and of course, he's just too good to that corner. Holds the inside. Look at the speed in the slower car. He gets to on the exit of that corner. Absolutely fundamental. It's the best overtaking spot. And again, me slow through that corner, but I've learned that I'll be faster next time. I think we're looking at going again actually in a few weeks because we so enjoyed it here. It was a beautiful day, beautiful bunch of people, and I've got a few of my crew who are going to be keen to come down as well. So I think we're going to get a bunch down and take advantage of the nice track and the great value for doing it. Again, trying to minimise my speed loss through there. It's quite a good exit actually. Look for the inside. Obviously James won't have it. Goes to the inside. And again, what I'm trying to do here is obviously brake with him and try and get a faster exit, but I just can't do it. With his skills and my lack of skills, I just can't do it. So apart from the obvious mess ups I've had so far, we come into the main mess up I have all year. So it's a chap called Brody in front, top guy, and he's doing really well actually. He improved a lot if you look at the lap times at the end, but as you see, I point here and realise that this is going to be a problem, and I brake a little bit late, he brakes a little bit early, recontacted Tino, and I, completely my fault, went to the back of him, obviously apologised, let James back through. And you see me at the end apologising to Brodie, because that's exactly the sort of stuff I was talking about, when you get these guys who are racing and bumping into people. So it was complete lack of skill, and I apologised. So yeah, bit of a shame, that one, but Brodie was cool about it because he's top guy. But yeah, that was the first major mistake. There's one more coming as well to look forward to. So you see here again, I should be lifting here, actually carrying less speed, because as I get oversteer, look how deep I go, and it pushes me wide, and look at the distance that opens up. 2 or 3 tenths there. Luckily, I'm actually quite good through this corner. I think James Kart was struggling on the left-handers. I was actually doing all right through that corner. I found actually it was counterintuitive. The earlier I broke, the faster I seemed to go. But again, same old position, catching James with the power advantage. Similar lines through there. Trying to gain the speed, no do, obviously you're going to go left and have the same old problem, into some yellow flags, hence the hand going out, so just let that one go. Not that I got past him, obviously. So rejoining it again. I'm not sure that sign was for me, actually. I think it said stay on track. I haven't been off track for a while, so it may not have been, but fair enough. Little dive bomb here. Luckily, the guy saw me coming and gave me room, which was very kind of them. And this corner here, as you can see, it's all about just the minimum steering angle and carrying the speed all the way wide. Fairly good line through there. James says, missed the first apex, get the second one. I sort of get both. And seem to game on him. I say maybe two different schools of thought there. He's obviously going to be right, but I think they're both capable. And if you look here, I actually got to the inside. And can I break it? No. Break too late. Went into James, take him out, apologise profusely for my lack of ability, and off we go again. But yeah, real opportunity there if I'd just been a bit better on the brakes. But things to learn for next time. You can teach old dogs new tricks. That's the phrase, right? Decided to get this one wrong completely and head off to Narnia for a second. Not quick. Obviously keep my foot in though, like a legend. I actually have a feeling that even on the grass, I still managed to catch James a little bit, which really just highlight the difference in the two karts. So I'm going to make sure I get number 6 next time and not in whatever number he's in. So just a quick summary, actually. So we had this guy, Baptiste, who was a ringer, who'd been there a few times, I think, and certainly was a proper racer, as you can see. But he won all the races, and James came second in all the races, actually first, technically, because he wasn't part of it, Baptiste. And I came second in all of them, Tristan came third in all of them, I think, so it was fairly consistent. I managed to qualify in front of James with a 42.2. I was only a few thousandths off Baptiste, actually, as we negotiate the way through traffic. But I think James's fastest lap was a 40.7, and I did a 41 dead, I think, which interestingly the owner read out as the fastest lap, so I'll take that because it's obviously verbatim if the owner says so. But no, in reality he got a 40.7, I got a 41, which is 0.3 slower, but again, at least half a second more, probably a second would have been because of the cars. And Baptiste got a 41.5 or 41.3, I think. So again, I think it would have been quite fun if James was in my car between the two of those guys. But it wouldn't have been fun for me so much. but trying to gain our way through again and try and get back on James's bumper so we can resume battle. Also have to say, I think I've said this before in previous videos, I can't work out how to change the time on the video, which is ridiculous. So that time and date is completely wrong. Obviously it's the 6th of March 2025, I think, when we go ahead and do this race. So yeah, another poor exit for me, trying to get alongside James there. You can see at the end, I put all 4 sheets up, so the sheets are in order. There's the quali, and then the first race, then the reverse grid, then the third race. So all the guys who are there, if any of them watching this, they can all see their times and their improvements. I had a quick look actually, and all the guys improved. Some like 4 or 5 seconds from the quali lap onto their best lap in one of the races. So fair play, they really did improve and learn a lot. So finally managed to get a reasonable exit here and actually dived at the inside by braking late. And again, every time I get to the point where there may be a chance of overtaking James, having some fun with him, there's a back marker in the way. Again, I don't think it would have made a difference to the pass or not, but it's like 3 or 4 opportunities I've had, and 3 or 4 times there's been a back marker right in the path as I've had an opportunity. James gets held up a little bit here. I get a good exit there, and then I've got the run on him with the pace. I probably have to have a lift. And as you look around here, super close, go for the narrow angle to get the run up, try to go for the inside, go for the outside again. I actually crossed the line in front of James here, so if this had been the last lap, I would have won. But as you'll see from the end, it didn't quite work out like that. So coming into the last lap, James goes defensive, great run on the outside. Got to get this right and tidy, which I do. A little bit of oversteer, but for the first time managed to get on the inside. So another chance to overtake him, but what's this? The checkered flag. And as you look there, it was under yellows actually, which is why James pointed. He wasn't Seb Vettling it. He was actually pointing, saying it was yellow flags. And I did slightly lift before the line. But as you can see, on the last sheet, he finished 19 thousandths in front. So this is the end. That's JD there. That's T-Man, and this is Brody, the guy I ran into. So you see me go across and apologise for being a idiot, which he takes very well, which was very kind of him. And you can see now head in and get all of the times. So this is the first time, which is the quali time. So yeah, 40.9 and a 41.2 and a 41.5 for the top 3. I've slowed this down actually, so anyone who's watching can have a good old time having a look. And then this is the first race, which again, Baptiste, James, Paul, Tristan, Brendan, Savino, Ben, Craig, Vincenzo, Callum and Chai. But much faster times there. I mean, Chai's improved 10 seconds on his qualifying time, which is amazing. And then we go into the reverse grid race, which again, same order pretty much. I think there's a few changes lower down actually. But you can see there that James and I finished a second apart from each other, 5 seconds down the road. But the final race is obviously where you can see the times, certainly between James and me. Is funny because I lifted as well and I still only finished 35 thousandths behind, so it would have been really close, but was under a yellow flag, so it's all moot. But fantastic day, great bunch of people, great track, definitely going to go back, great value, and I enjoyed it so much more than the team sport stuff that we've been doing recently, so fair play. But this is the summary coming up now.
Well done.
Then in 4th, Brendan. And then top 3, so in 3rd place, 25 points, Tristan.
Thanks, man.
Then in 2nd place, 29 points, Paul.